The gateway discovered beneath the surface of New Romulus. Prepare ready activation because the Romulan Republic is dedicated to sharing a gateway and all we learn from it. For our allies, we are inviting the representatives of the Roman Republic Federation and the Klingon Defense Force. Neato. Ancient omnidirectional beam. And the warp core. We don't technically need either one of those, but I think the omnidirectional beam will be a nice upgrade until we actually get our shenanigans situated. And we have money, so we're gonna transwarp there.
It would be my pleasure.
As per our exploration of the area, we've found artifacts, much older civilization, Iconians. Are abandoned when their gods left the world. Over time, developed their own culture and technology. Yep. Scientists say the ash cloud in the sky, drop in temperature, radiation spikes that's killed them. Alright. I have a Borg arm now! And Borg armor! Because they scale. I think. I hope they scale, or else I made a terrible mistake. Haha! Hello, I'm Borg. Admiral.
Welcome.
The Roman Republic is here, along with representatives from our allies, the Federation and Klingon Defense Force. Woo. Yay, Klingons! Woo! Yes, we must be cautious. The D-Wans try to do the same and destroy them. Neat. That is great.
You think you have corrected the issue? Consider what happened to the Daewons, and what the result would be if the Romulans lose a second homeworld.
Worf looks different. I thought he was in his Vaster costume.
I have encountered Iconian gateways twice before. In both those instances, the finest commanders I ever served found the technology to be too dangerous to preserve. It is difficult to believe that you have managed to do what they could not.
You look younger too.
No problem.
Ambassador Worf was invited here because of his experience with Iconian gateways. He has been voicing his concerns. Well, fucking founded. Last time this thing almost turned on, fucking nuclear wintered. In the interest of easing some concerns, Ambassador, I invite you to take a final check of the data. Captain Shadoctr. Oh, thank you.
Acceptable. Admiral Kararek, I want to start by reviewing your science team's work.
I'm so glad they buy they get actors. Okay, where are we going? Follow Mr. Ambassador. I thought his ambassador costume was white. I guess they could have updated it.
I'm sorry, did you need something?
I don't mean to be so distracted. We've been taking a lot of. Oh, that's the good side. We've been doing a lot of late nights here. Oh, good. They weren't technically advanced enough like us. Wait, there's some risk, yeah, but who? It's worth. God damn it.
With all due respect to you, Ambassador, I don't think there's anything to worry about.
Find the power variance.
Oh, the
Hey, Cooper.
Fascinating. Simply fascinating.
It's Cooper. Cooper's here. Buddy, pal.
Program initialized. Select monitoring program.
Hopefully I just remember this.
Program initialized. Select monitoring program.
You're ready.
Program initialized.
They're ready. I think.
Were you able to find the coefficient numbers for me?
Ah, you bastard. I do have to remember them.
Program initialized.
A17, B77, G47, D38, and E9.
Program initialized.
It would be my pleasure.
Were you able to find the coefficient numbers for me?
14,
Alpha is 14. That looks correct.
47,
Yes, that's correct. Gamma is 47.
38.
Your numbers may be correct, but have you ever witnessed the power of one of these gateways outside of a holodeck?
I did.
Well, I have. I was invited here to share my knowledge with those willing to listen.
I did. I saw a big one.
Even the best plans seldom survive contact with the enemy.
First plane always first plane always fails. Always have a backup.
Yes, they've been asking for the final power variance numbers.
I appreciate you speaking up about your concerns.
Have the numbers for you.
Finally.
You want a full job? Nah, I like being on the transparent, thank you.
I agree that the simulations look promising, but I still have some concerns.
So do I, but we're on a deadline.
Those are also another good words to hear. Deadline and late nights. What could possibly go wrong?
Perhaps we can find a solution that will ensure the safety of all of us. Show me your projections.
I'm gonna accidentally turn it on. Now, Worf, you could trust me because I'm Borg.
The numbers are good, but something seems off.
Agreed. Sensor readings from the gateways I've encountered were significantly different than this. Could it be because of the power source you're using?
Readings like this make me wonder.
Maybe we should actually stop this. Maybe we're messing with shit we don't understand.
The numbers aren't saying that exactly, but it's a real possibility.
It could explode. Oh, nice, nice. Can we add more security? I don't think...
Captains Sean and Corin have been consulting with
Sean!
Sheridan's security forces. I will ask Corin to deploy some of her finest warriors.
Oops. Sorry, Ollie. Ugh. Stupid thing on my back. Fucking tweaked it and... Ah!
I do not know Captain Sean, but he commands an enterprise. He must be a formidable man. He also has less enthusiasm for activating the gateway than others here. I am certain he has considered all the options.
Okay. Sean. Buddy, pal.
How may I assist you?
I think you're the first non-human to be put on an Enterprise. Good for you.
The team looks like it's almost done with the final checks. Make it quick. I'll admit, I've been dubious about this project from the start.
Ooh, spatial charges. Yes, that can only go well. On the other side, cool.
What are you? Ah, good idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea. What do you want from me?
If all the preparations are complete, I see no reason
Let's
to
do
delay.
it. Let's get this train wreck started. Wish I had some popcorn.
Initiating final power transfer.
Power output rising. Levels are within expected parameters.
Activating gateway. We've got a spike. Attempting to compensate. No good.
Abort! Abort the mission!
Shut it down.
Detonating charges.
No effect. Get everyone out of the chamber.
Damn. What now?
Into the gateway. Now!
God, it's dark here. Oh.
I knew that gateway would be trouble. We can't get a reading on where we are or how far we've traveled. The best we can figure out is that we are not in normal space anymore.
And we're trapped.
And we are trapped. The scientists have been able to get a few readings from New Romulus, but the gateway was damaged. We cannot use it to return. A few people managed to grab some supplies on their way through the gateway. They
Good
might
man.
have something useful. Check the crates. Assist with the wounded. Once we have seen to the immediate problems, then we can worry about getting out of here.
Understood. Here we go. I'm not a real doctor, but here we go. Bandages. Sorry. Thermal regenerator. Okay, fine. Sling. Whatever. Fucking hell. No, I'm not a real doctor! I'm bored. You want some nanites? I think even nanites. Rest, ice, compress, elevation. Okay, so...
I believe I have found a way to open this door, but it will take two of us to override the controls. I think I can open this door, but I will need your assistance. Once I override the security protocols, you will need to rewire the primary motivator to release the locking clamps. Are you ready?
Sure.
Now, to see what lies beyond.
More doors. What's behind door number 1?
Interesting. Are you detecting high trace levels of Tetrion radiation?
Time travel? No, it's
My
chronotons.
tricorder
Sorry.
shows this to be a complex of some kind. There is another large room further down this hallway. I am picking up something beyond this door.
Something. What do you want to do,
As
Warp?
much as I hate to say this, we will cover more ground if we split up.
Agreed. We should keep in contact as we search.
Commander Nignon will accompany me.
I will accompany you.
Wonder if everything's... Oh. Yep.
Come. We will find the way out.
Okay. Woo, I got the ambassador. Hey, are you ambassador yet or no? Not yet. I love your work. Real inspiration to all tactical officers. That's a thing. Tetrion radiation, okay. Environmental controls. Life support, okay. More Tetrion.
I'm picking up some odd Tetrion readings, and we've been able to confirm that we're in subspace, but there's nothing conclusive yet.
Interesting.
This facility is mostly automated. That doesn't mean it's abandoned. Maybe it's a way to open a gateway to a location without a corresponding one on the other end.
Good idea. If there is a targeting system and a medical bay, we may find the equivalent of a shuttle bay as well.
Oh, right. This main control console for the environmental controls.
We have not heard from the security detail. We need to check in with them. Are you sure something here is not blocking our communicator?
Corin here.
I've found what appears to be some sort of targeting system.
Huh, that's strange.
Did you hear that? We should... Ensign, look out!
Captain Sean's team is in trouble. Hurry!
Starfleet engine issue. His tricorder. He never got nabbed. Toolbox. And smash. Ooh.
No sign of Sean's team.
Well, I knew how to smash.
We are not alone here.
Smear on blood. Ah, great. Targeting system. Setting for 6 coordinates.
This does not bode well. We should rendezvous with Korn and the others.
That's
Gone. They would not have left without their supplies or weapons. Can you hail them?
Nope,
We
static
must
still.
find Korn and the others.
went down this hallway? I think. Yeah.
Wait. I know this place. I have been here before. This table. I saw one just like it when I served on the Enterprise. Blood. Klingon and Pharosan. Koran put up a fight.
Data storage. I'm Borg, I can figure this out. Data probes!
There are data entries here that correspond to our missing people. They will be taken for examination soon. It was a Solanogen-based race, and I have seen this before. When I served on the Enterprise, we attracted attention of aliens who existed solely in subspace. They abducted us, experimented on us. We did not know why, but their actions went far beyond mere curiosity.
Continue.
We were able to stop them before they established a pocket of subspace on board the ship, but not before they sent a burst of energy through. If these aliens served the Iconians, that energy could have been a message. Koran was not taken without a fight. Of that I am sure. And this table has not been used yet. These aliens must be holding the others. It is only a matter of time before they will be examined as well, and the experiments can be deadly. Everyone here is in danger. We must find and free them.
Let's go, let's find them.
There is a holding area down this hall. We should... Automated defenses! Defend yourself! That Guardian was damaged by a disruptor. Koran's work.
And it's still not dead.
We can overload the power cell from that Guardian. It should blast through the door.
Taking...
Be ready. There may be more Guardians beyond this door.
Oh no, they're dead. Oh. Sorry guys, I got you. What? Oh.
I don't see Captain Sean or Maya here.
There's no more time.
Stop wandering ways and get back to the new route. We don't even know how to get there.
There is still someone missing who could be saved. We are not leaving without them.
Hey, right, let's keep looking. Borg-yarm, Borg-yarm. Does whatever a Borg-yarm does. Probably simulates until when I find something to simulate. Regenerate veins, restore circulating functions. Okay, so
What happened?
I think this one might be dead. Blood has been completely replaced with synthetic liquid polymer.
There's nothing more we can do here.
Agreed. The best way to honor Mayek's memory is to save his new home.
Damn shame. Damn shame. Oh yeah, look at this shit.
The gateway energy signature is emanating from somewhere across this expanse. We need to find a way across.
My scans indicate there's some sort of control system at work.
I'm picking up more of those automated defenses.
You should scout ahead. Korn and Shan will remain with the injured and defend them if the Guardian drones arrive.
Use console?
Scout ahead. We will escort the others when the way is clear.
That is Earth? Soul. Human. Level 4 surveillance and effect. Idea for harvesting. Invasion's launched? Shit.
The Soul System. Earth.
I went the wrong way, I think. Yep, went the wrong way. New Romulus? Kronos! Oh, level 4.
Kronos. This is not a holodeck. It is a live image of my world.
Dominion. Level 9 surveillance. Jesus Christ.
Vandros 4. I remember this world. We found an Iconian gateway there during the Dominion War.
New Romulus. Double 8, wow.
New Romulus. The tectonic activity is getting worse. We must find a way to stop it.
How can you tell from the scene the planet? Iconian, level 1 surveillance.
I know this planet.
Quart. Delta Quadrant?
The Delta Quadrant? Does the Iconian influence reach so far?
This looks like an exit.
This appears to be some sort of master control panel. I believe we can use it. Can we access the database? We must know what the Iconian plans are.
Okay, stream me through.
We need to download the data and move everyone here before more Guardians arrive.
Hero power again.
I will remodulate the power system while you reroute the flow.
That's a star chart. Are all those markers Iconian gateways?
Oh.
Look! That's the new Romulus gateway!
Red, green, blue, red, green, yellow, green, red, red, yellow, green, red, red.
The gateway on New Romulus was reset.
It wasn't the only one. Ambassador, we'll cover you as you download the data. The paths are retracting.
They know we're here, and I don't think they're happy.
Do you hear that? That doesn't sound good.
Security reinforcements are inbound. We should use this gateway.
Worf! We're out of time!
Holy shit. There's a lot of, security drones.
I have downloaded what I can. It is time to leave. We have cut the network's connection to the new Romulus gate, which should stabilize the situation there. There will be some damage on New Romulus, but it could have been far worse.
Oof.
This is a bridge. We have walking wounded, but some of us can still serve. Where do you want us?
Well, I want you on tactical. Center dish. For me, weapon control. Engineering functions. Tactical console.
We have saved the Romulans' home world, but The gateways are open now. All of them. We do not know who will use them. It may be the Alachi, or it may be something far worse. We must warn everyone of what is coming.
Receiving tactical telemetry. I'm detecting another gateway in the Juret system. It's big. Ship-sized.
The gateway is transmitting a high-band subspace signal. Sensors are picking up Elachi ships on an intercept course.
I suggest we go there and contact New Romulus for reinforcements.
Agreed. Can we use that gateway?
Not from here.
I'm Borg.
I can make a gateway for us and set a destination close by, though.
Do it.
Taking us out.
Huh.
Sensors show that we are in the Juret system. Systems are all reading normal, but object sighted near the ship. It is an Iconian gateway.
I'm very glad to see you all safely returned. When the quakes began, we lost all communications with the gateway chamber and feared the worst. But where did you go? Through the gateway?
Can I please see your
What is
face?
that ship? I've never seen anything like it.
We'll explain later, but right now we need a...
You reset.
Thank you.
Elements preserve us.
Enough talk. The gateway is transmitting a signal. I am picking up a corresponding one from an entire fleet of Alachi ships on an intercept course. Send every available ship. We must fight if we are to survive.
Sending reinforcements now. Good luck, and may the elements protect us all.
We will hold off the Alachi until Allied forces arrive.
Romulan ship's singularity core is destabilizing.
We need to hold the Alachi until reinforcements arrive.
Understood.
How do we get the other ship?
More Alachi inbound. Hold them off.
Get him! Get him, my gnats!
This is Commander Tiaru Jarak of the Republic flagship Lisette. Where did that gateway come from?
Shields are down. We can't take another hit.
Subspace. It was one of many activated to prevent the destruction of your new homeworld.
Rise to Captain Shaw. Good to see you, sir. Sensors indicate an Alachi dreadnought is approaching at high water.
Glad you can make it, Enterprise.
The Alachi will send their entire fleet. We will not fall.
Damn, entire fleet, you say? Enterprise.
There is still the matter of what to do about the gateway. That discussion cannot be delayed.
Agreed.
The Alachi forces have been destroyed. No further hostiles inbound. Captain Sean, the Enterprise should scan the gateway. We need to know more.
Agreed. But we should destroy that gateway now, while we still have the chance.
No! That gateway is in Romulan space. It belongs to the people of the Romulan Republic.
Oh, really? We're gonna
Another
start
invading
this.
force could arrive at any moment.
Afraid of a fight, Captain?
Corrin, prudence is not cowardice. The gateways are powerful. They may be too much for any of us to control.
We should disable it before it becomes another threat to the Romulans, and to us all.
How is this different from the wormhole near Bajor? This is a strategic and scientific asset, and it belongs to my people. Captain Sean, if you destroy the gateway, I can assure you that Titan will reconsider our friendly relations with the Federation.
The
Fucking
Klingon
Romans.
Empire will fully support our Romulan allies in this matter.
God damn it.
Enterprise to Captain Sean. Sir, we've been scanning the gateway.
What did you find?
The terminus is at a fixed point now. We can determine that. But then, I don't know what we picked up, but the monitors on the bridge are all showing an Omega. We're locked out of the computer, and engines are offline. We need you back on the Enterprise, sir.
I see. That changes things significantly.
Indeed it does. I should return to the Bortiscue. Worf will be waiting for you. Corrin to the Bortiscue. One to transport.
I should return to New Romulus immediately.
Ambassador, it was a pleasure to work with you. I wish we could have had that talk.
Agreed. Another time. Send my regards to your chief engineer, Captain.
I'll let Chief O'Brien know.
Oh,
Sean to Enterprise. Transport me directly to my ready room.
O'Brien's back on the
Today
Enterprise.
was a glorious battle. You have won much honor for yourself and your allies. It seems there are larger conflicts that all of our people will need to face. If we are to survive, we may need to face them together. It was an honor to fight beside you.
Kaplach. I think. Directional beam, I guess.
Congratulations, Captain.
Not the second. There you go. Circles within circles. The discovery and activation of the gateway and the sending ships directly to explore the Solardyne Dyson sphere. And allied forces. Okay. I don't know, vacation. How far away is it? Nah. Ooh. Welcome to the Delta Quadrant. Did we just go as far as Voyager did? Not quite. We're on the border of the Delta Quadrant. Oh. Specifically, we are within the Splanae Cyson sphere. Uh-huh. You're looking at it. The sphere is huge. It take a lifetime to completely understand the construction technology. Oh my god, my back. Chief scientist, okay. Wait. Oh shit! Wait, I wonder if Cooper got through. Hello, Captain. Carl asked me to be brief. What needs to be done to nullify the particle? Okay. Twofold. First, we must destroy the existing particles. Secondly, we must discover whatever is producing them. Oh, alright. You jump over? No. There we go.
Welcome to the Splanae Cyson sphere. My name is Sub-Commander Cole. This is the main command center for Joint Alliance Command. A multi-species task force willing to work together toward a common goal, for now at least. The gateway you use to get here is in Republic space, so the Republic is taking the lead here as well. Our mission? To destroy the Omega particles this sphere creates, and neutralize its ability to generate more. The first scouts into the sphere confirmed that it was producing massive amounts of Omega particles for an unknown purpose. Given enough time, this sphere could produce enough Omega particles to completely annihilate warp travel in all known quadrants of the galaxy.
Damn.
We thought this would be a sweep and clear operation, but we were waylaid by a species known as the Voth.
I'm
the
familiar.
Voth claim to be natives of the Delta Quadrant.
They are
extremely technologically advanced, and they want the sphere. Now we're in a fight for control. The Voth are determined to gather the Omega particles. We're still determining why, but this is a threat to all warp-capable civilizations.
Okay.
I can't stress enough how important it is that we stop the Voth and neutralize the Omega particles. There's a lot to do. Shall we get started?
Oh, okay. To play Woes. Okay. While the minefield helps to keep the Voss ships from entering Allied space mass, we'll slip through range of Techian probes. Sometimes detect the Voss ships, but we need to get them up close and have a chance of success. Okay.
We run missions here from Joint Command, the center of all Allied operations. This is the supply depot. We use it to ship supplies to our forces and to store any unusual or dangerous technologies we find here.
Everything!
This region is the minefield. It is used as a barrier to keep Voth forces out, although some still slip by. And this is the ion stream, a series of structures moving a high volume of charged particles and exotic radiation through the area. Each of these areas could use your help. Good luck.
Anytime we're gonna start scanning. Transfer charges to my tower. Using the self-replicated mines like you did on DS9? Hope you are. Do I need to get closer? Oh, there we go. Sand 3 mines. Okay. Apply done. Could use a new. We have more operations outside the. Travel to the entrance. Contested zone. You are reaching through the allied zone. Okay. How do I? Oh, this way. The reason why they ended me up in the minefield.
This is the contested zone. Our forces here are in a constant conflict with the Voth. There are 5 fronts in the zone, and each of them need your help. Here, we are fighting the Voth over towers that are critical to our control of the zone. I would advise you help only if you have other starships to provide support.
Did you see me fuck up their day?
In the center of the contested zone is the battle zone. Commander Arnold is leading the ground fight there against the Voth. He needs anyone who's willing to assist.
What are we doing first?
Make no mistake about this. The contested zone is an active conflict. Be careful out there.
Neat. Again, no one wants to fuck with me. Okay, and that one's done. Omega Standoff. There's a ground war, okay. We're gonna do the, yep. Is there actual, like... Or is this the first episode that this is a real episode? Okay, I think... The step between stars is when we get back to, like, actual stories-based shenanigans. We'll do this again, like for a stream. Do all the different battle zones and shenanigans. But right now we are trying to get Shadoctr past all of the story missions. And hopefully to max level. Hi there.
This is the Voth battle zone. Our goal is to take control of at least one Omega particle silo. Here's how we do it. This is a map of the battle zone. There are 3 regions, each made up of multiple capture points. When the Voth hold a capture point, it is red. When we take control of a capture point, it will change to blue. Capturing points advances us towards our goal, represented by this meter. When it is full, we can make our final push to stop the Voth at the Omega particle silos. We must capture at least one of these silos to claim this battle zone for the Alliance. Good luck.
Hopefully it's already.
Congratulations, Admiral.
You're within 2 minutes. Turn to Earth shortly. In the contested zone, those towers are integral to the control of the area. Is it the space one? Yep. Wastewind Tower, Boff Front Tower. Where's the Boff Front Tower? Turn around. Well. Oh, thank God. Oh my God, there's so much fire leveled at me! Hopefully this counts for me. I can't read any of these. Oh. 40%. Great. Also, damn, this sucks. Cool. Let me just finish up this. Excuse me, fine. There's having explosions happening while we're doing this. Okay. I think we can go back to the beta quadrant at this point. Well, thank God. Should find logistics.
You're just in time. Please follow me to Sub-Commander Cole.
I know the way to his office.
Good to see you again. We now know why the sphere generates vast amounts of Omega particles. It is designed to use those particles as fuel to jump to any area of space. There is a space station that controls the jumps in close orbit of the sphere's star.
Go on.
Admiral Tuvok from Starfleet was selected to lead a small team to the station to try to disable it. With him is Dr. Eric Cooper, a scientist who has been studying Dyson and Iconian technology.
I thought he
Something's
died.
gone wrong. 2 hours ago, we received a distress signal from Tuvok. Please use the console to download the signal. Afterward...
She said Tuvok's in trouble, gotta go. Simulate everything.
Joint Command, please respond. This is Tuvok. Sensors have detected a large Voth fleet moving toward the station. They have discovered us, and we have yet to complete our work. Communications with our ship are down. Our last contact with them indicated that they were having technical difficulties and may be forced to retreat to a safer location. I will be unable to stop a Voth advance without assistance.
The attack on the Voth fleet will commence shortly. Captains, please return to your ships.
Tuvok and Cooper are stranded with an entire Voth fleet bearing down on them. I need you to fly to the station, rescue our team, and finish the mission. Our fleet will engage the Voth to help keep them distracted. But to avoid detection, you'll need to fly roughly 100 kilometers above the surface of the star.
That's gonna be a little toasty.
Our team can assist your engineers to make modifications that should protect your ship. This is our best option. The star's magnetic field will make it impossible for most sensors to pick up your ship. With luck, your ship will not have to fly close to the star's surface for very long.
Okay, what's the plan?
Speak with the logistics officer assigned to brief your crew on the situation.
Okay. Oh, the patch has gone icy again. Oh, yeah.
Greetings. Our engineers are working with your crew now to create a temporary modulation program that will help your shields protect your ship from the heat and radiation you will encounter on your way to the sun station. Your ship should be able to safely make the trip, but it won't be able to remain in orbit of the station.
Where should the transparent go after we get on the station?
We will need every available ship to fight the Voth. It would be best if your ship joined the fleet once you are aboard the station. Your goals on the station are to find Admiral Tuvok, assist him to shut down the sphere's jump capabilities, and then retreat before the Voth fleet arrives. Do you have any questions?
How are we escaping this plan?
Admiral Tuvok traveled to the station in a new starship, specifically designed to withstand the conditions there. The Dyson has reported some technical issues, but they should still be in transporter range. It will be standing by to assist you when you've completed your mission.
Understood. Let's go. This is toasty. Shields are holding. Guess I have communications. Scans. Solar flares in the way. Solar flare inhibitors don't fly into said thing. Lost power to turbolifts. Fine. We don't need turbolifts. Use drift-free tubes. We don't need replicators either. Oh, that's right in the path of a fucking... Okay. Okay, yeah, we took a little damage. Tuvok.
Your arrival is timely. The Voth are already on the station. I am with Dr. Cooper, but many of the other members of our
I'm surprised Cooper survived.
Any assistance you can render would be useful. I recommend that you speak to your crew before transport. Your vessel will not be able to remain in range for long.
Look, I didn't see him get on the Dyson sphere thing. Yeah, let's beam us out and then...
Greetings. I am Admiral Tuvok.
Greetings.
The man behind the crates is Dr. Eric Cooper.
We met.
The Federation Science Council's expert on Dyson technology.
I heard those air quotations.
Yes. Hello, I'm Dr. Cooper.
Yeah, I remember you.
Allow me to brief you on the situation, so we may determine the best plan of action. Main power is offline. I am not sure what caused this disruption, but the event was fortunate. The darkness is a distinct tactical advantage. There are manual overrides in each room. I have temporarily disabled the one between us and the Voth. The Dyson's captain has moved ahead to determine what is beyond the next door.
Okay, tell me about the station.
There are 2 generator rooms that control much of the station's operations. The generator room to the south controls the power. The control room to the west, where the Voth are, maintains the station's jump capabilities. It is imperative we reach the west control room and disable it before the Voth jump this sphere back to their space. The release of the Omega particles needed for this reaction would be catastrophic. More than the 3 of us can safely engage. Defeat would be certain. However, if we restore main power, we can use the station's automated defenses to even the odds, if we can avoid being targeted by them ourselves. I understand you have extensive combat experience. Do you have any suggestions?
Could they help?
I have attempted to hail them, but received no response. The ship's shields and hull plating are designed to withstand the extreme amounts of heat, pressure, and radiation generated by this sphere's star. However, it is a prototype vessel on its first voyage. There were several unexpected system failures. The communications array must be among them.
Of course.
The ship has retreated to a safe location to make repairs. Until they are able to complete them, they will not be able to assist us.
To the generator room.
We're moving away from the Voth, right?
Oh, stop your belly aching, Cooper.
Good thing you're here. I'll try to get the ship...
I sense another presence. We are not alone. I am not detecting the Voth that killed the captain. He is using cloak technology. Tactically, his best option is to remain hidden and attempt to waylay us one by one. We must move forward. The trapped Voth will be attempting to circumvent my modifications. What do you suggest?
Yeah, no, I don't trust Cooper with a gun. He needs your help.
Voth! Oh, sorry. I thought I saw something.
Remain calm, Doctor. The defenses in here can be quite lethal.
It was awful. The sounds, the blood. Ugh.
Cooper, grow a backbone.
I will stand watch while you and the doctor examine the generator.
Emergency power.
If I understand this correctly, we can restore main power activating consoles that match the symbol up here. After the first one is activated, we'll only have 20 seconds to activate the other two. If we don't, the system will defend itself. Also, activating the wrong consoles will trigger the system's defenses. Be careful.
What kind of fucking idiot you take me for, Cooper? Oh. As I try to access the console.
That looks right. That looks right. That did it. The final console is unlocked.
Where? Oh, there. That's a nice view. Oh, that's a lot of foots. That's a heavy foot.
This does not bode well. By restoring main power, we have released the locks, preventing the Voth from reaching our location. They will already be on the move. We will require Cooper's assistance to subvert the automated defenses for our own use. The Doctor is an expert in the technology found on the sphere. This is well within his capabilities.
If you say so. Hey, Coop.
What are we going to do? The Voth will be here any second. And my help? What could I do? You and Tuvok have done everything so far. I don't even know how to use a phaser. Tuvok said that? Well, maybe. I might know the technology, but I don't work well under pressure. I need time and space to think, and I need to be able to do my work without fear of being killed. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
I believe in you.
All right. I'll try. If we're here, and the station's defenses are active, but we're not under attack. But if that's the case, wait. I can do this. Just give me a moment.
Do it, do it, do it.
I think if I try this...
Dr. Cooper, we require a solution.
I'm working on it. Vulcans. If I can just try that... Yes, I have it.
We're good?
I've done something. I'm not ready for what's being thrown at me here. Maybe I could activate the beams or something else?
Allow me, Doctor. Fascinating. With this exposed, I can manually activate the defenses in the next room. However, there is another possibility.
And...
Instead of activating the defenses to assist you, I can reroute the power to attempt to send a message to our stranded ship. It may not help, but we have been out of contact for hours. Your options are activating the defense beams, activating swarmers, or using none of them.
What are odds without defenses?
I can alter the programming of the security swarmers that normally patrol this area. They will slim enough that I cannot recommend it. However, if you choose to do so, I will support you.
Use swarmers.
I can alter the programming of the security swarmers that normally patrol this area. They will attack the Voth, but they also will attack us if there are no other targets.
I'll wait here. You go on ahead.
Hey, Ollie. Hey, Tuvok. Hey, Tuvok. Hey, Tuvok. Hey, Tuvok.
More Voth inbound.
Hey,
Prepare
Tuvok.
yourself.
Hey, Tuvok. Fucking fine, Tuvok. Tuvok?
Voth commanders are approaching. We should move forward. Be on your guard. Arm yourself. It is the Voth who killed the captain. That was an explosion of sufficient magnitude to cause a breach. Doctor, what is your status?
I'm fine, I'm fine. The Voth can't get in.
Someone to be a little
You, may want to put a shield up around the next door before you open it.
Okay.
It would appear all that is between us and our goal is the vacuum of space.
Ah. Vacuum of space.
My modifications successfully locked the Voth out of this area. However, there was an armed Voth battlesuit in the corridor. The station's automated swarmers attacked, and this is the result. No response. According to my readings, there is no method of direct access. Unless your ship is within range, we are stranded.
Try to hail it. Nope.
I'm here. Wait.
Doctor, we require a way to access the other areas of the station. Your thoughts?
I have an idea, but you may not like it. Those EV suits over there. They have maneuvering jets that we could use on the outside of the station. I've looked them over, and they should be able to withstand the heat of the sun.
Should.
Well, nothing will withstand that much heat and radiation for long. The suits appear to be designed for use in the shadow of the station. But technically, they can keep us safe. For a little while.
They will have to suffice. We have no other logical option. Doctor, are you going to prepare your suit?
Me? Of course not. It's far too risky for me to go out there.
We will need to convince Cooper to overcome his fear and help us complete our mission.
Cooper, you spineless dog, get in your goddamn suit.
Do you really need me out there? Internal comms are still active. I could just tell you what you have to do.
Did you want to be alone when the Voth return?
I really can't. The Voth? I thought you defeated them all. They're not going to come back, are they? I can't be alone if they come back. They'll kill me. They'll rip me apart.
Then come with us.
Okay, I'll do it. I can't fight the Voth alone.
Calm yourself, Doctor. Conserve your oxygen. There is a large piece of debris blocking the station's entrance. There is a large amount of debris blocking the entrance. It will be impossible for us to move it without assistance. I can scan the area for anything that may be of use. There are two objects of interest. The first is the remains of a Voth battlesuit. There is a mortar payload within it that we can place onto the debris. The second is the remains of a swarmer, specifically a miniaturized communications device. We could use it to detonate the mortar remotely.
You get the communicator, I'll get the payload. It's way the fuck over there. I'm surprised it still haven't gone into the fucking sun yet.
I suggest flying a safe distance before activating the charges. The door is sealed. Any ideas, Doctor?
There should be a manual release for the locks above us.
Great. I don't know.
I will establish a shield.
I'll do it, don't worry. You can cook me alive. Oh my god, there's one. Oh. Don't get too close to the edge.
The doors are open. Dr. Cooper and I will wait for you inside.
You may smell burnt Borg.
These suits are fried. I doubt they'll be much use anymore.
Great.
Something has closed the doors. Most unsettling.
By someone.
I think the station's defenses are activating.
We should move forward before more defenses activate.
Which way? This way? The open door. Preferably, the open door.
Use caution. The Windows shields are malfunctioning in this area. The shadows of those consoles should provide a measure of safety. The shields will hold. Our destination is ahead. We must power down the room's shielding to access the control panels. The Doctor and I will continue our work while you disable the lower panels.
Oh god. Lower panel, lower panel, lower. Okay.
Good work. Reactivate the shields and we can complete our mission. The honor of deactivating the station is yours.
Thank you.
There we go. The deactivation program is moving nicely.
Doctor, I'm detecting something curious. Energy levels in the gateway in front of us are rising at an exponential rate. It appears to be activating.
What? Let me check. Oh, this is not good. The gateway is designed to be an escape hatch in the event this station goes offline. We cannot deactivate the jump protocols without activating the gateway as well.
Is there any way to override the protocols?
None that I can see. If we want to stop the jump, we have to activate that gate.
It seems we have little choice. Your thoughts?
As Tuvok said, we have no choice. If we want to stop this sphere from moving, we need to activate the gateway. Our time here is limited. The Voth will return in force. We have to do this now. There is no other option.
I know you have a past with the Iconian gateways, but our options are limited. The choice is logical. If the Voth jump the sphere to an area near their homeworld, billions of Omega particles will be expended.
Okay.
With the degradation of the sphere's systems caused by centuries of disuse, there is an 86.8% chance that the expenditure will cause an Omega detonation, destroying subspace across a vast region of the Delta Quadrant. The alternative is opening a single gateway. That is far less of a risk.
Oh god. Without this patch, my back feels 10 times worse. Fuck me. Activate the gate.
I'm so sorry. I wish I could have found a better way. I failed you both.
Do not dwell on this. If there was another option, we would have found it. One moment. We
Well,
are being
Tuvok's...
hailed. Tuvok here.
Chief Engineer
Tuvok is not
Dyson
there.
here, Admiral.
Acknowledged, Chief. Are all of your systems restored?
Tuvok's ghost.
The opening of the gateway cleared up the ambient distortion disruptions. Do you need transport?
Yes. I want to get off this station now.
We are ready to depart. Chief, do you have a lock?
Admiral Tuvok, come in!
Dyson, 3 to beam up.
We can't get a lock. You need to get out of the hot zone. Move!
Oh god, we're gonna die.
We're going to die! We're going to die!
Gosh, Cooper, shut up. Keep running. Oh, there's Tuvok. Hi, Tuvok. You got a head start. That's why you weren't there.
We have a lock on you, sir.
Beam us up.
Good to have you on board, sir. I'm Chief Engineer Tarkaram. The fleet and your ship are still engaged with the Voth, but several Voth ships are making their way towards the gateway. One of their dreadnoughts has already passed through. As the only available ship, we have orders to stop the other Voth from entering the gateway.
Understood.
There are no more Voth in the vicinity, but one dreadnought did go through the gateway. If my readings are correct, it is passing into another Dyson sphere, this one deeper in the Delta Quadrant. If the Voth are allowed to enter another sphere, they will try to claim it, as they have fought to claim this one.
And there's the gateway. Make sure no one survives.
Navigational readings indicate we are in the Delta Quadrant. However, we are inside a Dyson sphere, and there are no known structures of this type in this region. I'm detecting the presence of a Starfleet vessel, the U.S.S. Gold. That ship disappeared on a survey of the Jenolan Dyson sphere at the precise instant the Iconian Gateway network was reset to save New Romulus. This sphere was discovered by the crew of the U.S.S. Jenolan in 2294. The U.S.S. Enterprise D rescued Montgomery Scott, a survivor of the Jenolan 75 years later. However, it now appears that the Jenolan sphere had the same jump capabilities as the Splanae, and moved to this location with the gold inside.
Huh.
I am detecting disabled systems on the gold, but there is no weapons damage. Also, sensors indicate that the Voth Dreadnought has its weapons armed, but has not fired. What do you suggest?
Okay, I'll find out what's happening.
Thank the prophets. I knew someone would find us. We were on a routine survey in the Jenolan Dyson sphere when something happened. Systems that have been dormant for centuries activated. The energy readings were off the scale.
Are
Then
bad.
a flash and... My nav computer claims we're in the Delta Quadrant. If that's right, this entire Dyson sphere somehow moved itself more than 50,000 light years from its previous position. Since then, we've been stuck. I would have taken Voyager's path back home if we could get out of the sphere. The doors were locked tight and the gateway powered down as soon as we arrived. Glad to have the help. Supplies are running low. But what was that ship that just passed us? Shares some signs of Voth tech, but our databanks don't have anything like that.
Yeah, about that.
Another Dyson sphere? It's taken us 40 years to study this one, and we're not even close to understanding it. And if that ship was Voth, it would explain why they ignored our hails. They came in with their weapons armed and then simply stopped. Didn't see us as a threat.
I mean, you're tiny.
The ship set course for the sealed door and is just sitting there. They're ignoring us. I promised my crew we'd get home. If you could send over a team with some spare components, I can get this ship ready to travel.
I think they might get stuck in a...
I have extensive experience with the Voth. While they are arrogant, it is not like them to completely ignore a potential threat. It may be that they sense a greater danger. I suggest we approach and attempt to hail them. Voyager found that some Voth were open to negotiation. We should make every attempt to find a peaceful solution.
Okay. Ah, motherfucker.
The Voth are moving towards the door.
Tuvok?
Your query will have to wait, Doctor. Shields are down and we...
Cooper, what the fuck?
Not. You're not Cooper.
Was there even a real Cooper?
The weak shall perish.
Captain, the Undine outside of the sphere are powering weapons. The mammalian ship is still disabled.
Arm all weapons. We will destroy the creatures and then return for the mammals.
Breaking open the door. Jesus Christ, right through the door.
I am unharmed, but we are in danger. We are deep within the Delta Quadrant, right where Cooper wanted us. We do not know how long this infiltrator has impersonated Cooper, or the extent of what he has done.
I assume Cooper died
However,
on New Romulus.
I am quite familiar with the
Kelvin.
tactics of Species 8472. We will repel the Undine, and survive to warn the Alpha Quadrant of the renewed threat.
Finally, a worthy adversary for my new ship.
Tuvok, frustrated. You were so easy.
I do not get angry. I rectify mistakes.
Damn. Oh, I jumped.
More ships
Fuck you.
approach. This vessel cannot defeat them alone.
This ship can take it.
I have experience with the Undine. You do not. They are extremely dangerous.
The Lasset is here to provide any assistance you require.
How the fuck did you get here so fast? Ow.
Three Undine battleships inbound.
3 battleships? That may be a problem.
We hold here. None of the Undine get through. The Fortescue is here. Now the real fight begins.
It is not over yet, Captain. 2 Undine dreadnoughts are approaching.
eating. We know you're there.
You only delay the inevitable.
Hopefully you're dead.
Good to see you. We would have arrived sooner, but there was a Voth fleet in the way. Congratulations on a successful mission. Now the Romulan Republic will take over. We'll set up a command center for further operations. I'm sure Command will contact you when your presence is needed.
No! This ends now. Our generosity to the Romulans can only extend so far. The Klingon Empire claims this Dyson sphere as its own. Starfleet and the Republic would be wise to keep their distance. Or else.
We already had claims on it.
Oh? Are you prepared to back that statement with action? The Klingon Empire has restrained itself again and again in an attempt to maintain this alliance with the Romulans. I think it's time I remind you of what happens when a Klingon loses patience.
No, see who survives.
Fighting over this sphere is not enough. It would divide our strength. Precisely what would benefit the Undine. The Voth chose to fight instead of cooperate. They were destroyed. We can choose not to be enemies. It is time we did so.
Horn.
The Klingon Empire will not sit and wait while the Federation and Romulans continue to claim these powerful weapons for themselves. This conversation is not over.
The Romulan Republic will continue to take responsibility for areas within our jurisdiction, but I do not wish to cause a rift in what has been a successful joint action. However, I will not be put in a position where I must choose between the Federation and the Klingon Empire. We have agreements on both sides that must be honored. Sub-Commander Cole can handle the details. I am a ship captain, not an administrator.
Cooper's departure has lifted the miasma in my mind. An affliction that I did not even realize was there. He was influencing me. He used the psychic abilities of the Undine to influence my thoughts. And the results are an effect of my failure. I should have been able to detect his influence.
We must look forward. What now?
We have fulfilled our mission to neutralize the jump capabilities of the Splanae sphere, only to open up a gateway that the Undine can now use to reach our space. They will no longer have to create rifts from fluidic space. Was this Cooper's plan all along? I suggest we return to Sub-Commander Cole. We must attempt to save the fragile peace of the Alliance.
Who exploded?
The sphere is under Federation control.
This sphere is only accessible through an Alliance-controlled gateway.
Then perhaps it is time to end this alliance.
This is neither the time nor the place for this.
Commander Jarrah is correct. The Undine are a threat to us all. Now they have direct access to our space. I propose a summit. We must decide together what we must do to protect the Alpha Quadrant. Our disputes may need to be put aside in the face of a greater enemy. I volunteer to mediate these talks. Dr. Cooper manipulated me to achieve his goals, It is only logical that I take responsibility for what has happened here.
Very well, Vulcan. We will finish this later.
To be continued. We'll be working on next steps. I'm not gonna use any of these, so.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Undine have started invading Dyson Sphere. Transport, I guess. Easier. Sphere battle zone. Thank you. That's the one.
Captain, you are in the Undine battle zone. Our goal is to close fluidic rifts to destroy Undine planet killers. Here is our plan. This is a map of the battle zone. We have 3 different methods of closing the rifts. When a rift is open, the area is red. When we close a rift, it will change to blue. Closing rifts advances our progress, shown by this meter. When it is full, we can launch our attack on the planet killers. We must defeat at least one planet killer for the operation to be considered a success. Good luck.
Would it be a failure if all of them gets out? Oh, I'd have to do it. Cool. Surface tension. Living hull. And ground trait fluid. Okay. Star Trek Online.
We are fighting a war on multiple fronts. We have to consider the Borg, the Undine, and the Romulans, as well as the Klingons.
I see now my deception has been exposed.
Starfleet has lost too many ships and too many good men and women to a fight we now know was caused by Iconian and Undine influence.
Is that
an Iconian gateway? Yes, I believe it is.
Into the gateway, now!
Yeah, I was right. He did have a white uniform.
Iconian gateways?
Sir, we've been scanning the gateway. The monitors on the bridge are all showing an Omega.
Welcome to the Delta Quadrant. We are within the Splanae Cyson sphere, a spherical structure built around a star.
We now know why the sphere generates vast amounts of Omega particles. It is designed to use those particles as fuel to jump to any area of space.
It now appears that the Genolan sphere had the same jump capabilities as the Splanae, and moved to this location.
You're not Cooper.
We will repel the Undine, and survive to warn the Alpha Quadrant of the renewed threat. The Undine are a threat to us all. I propose a summit. We must decide together what we must do to protect the Alpha Quadrant. Our disputes may need to be put aside in the face of a greater enemy.
And now, the continuation.
to the Delta Quadrant. I will admit that I did not expect to be here with Voyager again. It is agreeable. Thank you for agreeing to attend this conference and supporting my position on the Undine. However, reaching a consensus today will be difficult. Many different agendas will be represented here today. I will speak to you in person shortly. Tuvok out.
Welcome to the Jenolan Dyson Sphere. Please beam down to these coordinates.
Think we can't read this cooperate here too.
Good to see you. I'd say you're right on time, but it looks like everyone else wants to be fashionably late. We're still finishing preparations for the conference, and Admiral Tuvok is already there. The Klingon and Romulan delegates will arrive soon, so we should head inside as soon as you're ready.
I'm out of uniform. I like these uniforms better. Nice, simple. Hello, Admiral.
Thank you for joining us here. We need assistance with preparations for the conference. The Romulan and Klingon delegations are still in private deliberations, but other delegates are arriving. Several preliminary tasks remain before we can begin the presentation. Your support in this matter would be appreciated.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
Where do you want me posted, sir?
Klingons.
Where do you want me posted, sir?
Romans.
Where do you want me posted, sir?
Projector. Up the argument. Yo, I'm Borg. I'll simulate you're both, you fools.
This Cardassian thug is trying to push Bajor out of this conference. We have as much of a right to be represented here as any other world. More than the Cardassians. They're not even part of the Federation or the Klingon Empire.
Yeah, it's true.
I simply inquired about the ambassador's presence at the conference. After all, Bajor is a member of the Federation. Ambassador Sugihara is capable of representing them along with the Deltans, Andorians, Vulcans, and everyone else, even the Tellarites. Though I suspect they'd argue that point rather robustly. Indeed. One wonders how well that gateway would have fared if Deep Space Nine was of Bajoran manufacture, rather than Cardassian. The Federation's track record on wormhole security is far from ideal. One only needs to consider the multiple Dominion occupations of the station for proof of that point. Predictable response. Then again, it's certainly no secret where Federation loyalties lie in the Alpha Quadrant. I suppose expecting a more balanced approach was wishful thinking on my part. Accusations of Cardassian malfeasance aside, I would remind you both that we are here to seek a peaceful solution to the issues facing us all.
Good point.
Indeed. One wonders how well that gateway would have fared if Deep Space Nine was of Bajoran manufacture.
The Federation has never made a policy of preventing member worlds from overseeing their own interests in conjunction with Federation efforts. Or is Bajor going to be treated differently than other member worlds?
Well said. Perhaps there's hope for this conference yet.
The preliminary tasks are complete. You should speak with Admiral Tuvok again.
Wow! Okay.
Thank you for your assistance. Please take the opportunity to speak with the various delegates. Having an understanding of the positions of each representative will facilitate more effective negotiations.
Oh, great. What I like the most? Zindi?
The Zindi are here to support Admiral Tuvok's call for cooperation. We know what tragedies befall a people who are being manipulated by outsiders, as we once were. The Undine's lies and manipulation remind us of the Sphere Builders, whose deceptions led us to make one of the greatest mistakes in our history. There are 5 races on my world. We all know reaching a consensus can be difficult, but the Zindi are living proof that if we put aside animosity, our differences can make us stronger.
Thank you.
The Federation's position is quite clear. We believe the only way to safeguard the future of the Alpha and Beta quadrants is for all the galactic powers to behave as reasonable entities and work together to oppose those who would threaten our worlds. It doesn't matter if that threat comes from the Undine, the Borg, or the Iconians. The response is the same.
Thanks, Ambassador. Hi, Gorny.
I sincerely hope that the Federation is not wasting our time here. If your presentation is to explain the threat posed by the Undine, let me spare you the effort. The Klingon Empire has been aware of this threat for quite some time now.
Thank you. And the Romans.
Thank you for the invitation. Starfleet certainly knows how to organize their meetings on a grand scale. I trust that the Republic will be able to take a leadership role in studying this sphere. The extensive knowledge we've gained from the Splanae sphere should give us an advantage here. And, after all, the gateway that leads to both of these spheres is in Republic space. Yes, the Undine. Very interesting. My security advisors have been looking over the data, and we are all very curious to hear what you and Admiral Tuvok have to say on the matter.
You've spoken with representatives of all of the delegations. You should return to Admiral Tuvok.
We are almost ready to begin. Will you complete the final preparations for the conference while I speak to Captain Sean? After that, your assistance in encouraging everyone to take their seats would be appreciated.
Understood. Yo, I'm a Borg. Take your seats or I'll simulate you. Ooh, pretty. That's pretty neat.
Ah, it seems the time has come at last. Thank you for the reminder.
You're welcome, Counselor.
I was just going. Don't rush me.
Oh, yes, I will take my seat.
Ew, who let the Ferengis in here?
I suppose we can begin.
You can start the presentation from the control console.
Wow. Wow, it's not even gonna... I fell right through.
The Undine represent a clear and present danger to not only the Federation, but also the Klingon Empire and Romulan Republic. The damage done here by a mere handful of ships is clear evidence for the need for cooperation.
With respect, Admiral, the Romulan Republic is quite capable of leading exploration and security measures here.
Really?
Just as we have led efforts to secure the Splanae sphere. My militia...
I find it interesting that the Federation suddenly has concerns about the Undine now.
Where was the Federation when the Empire discovered Undine infiltrators in the Alpha Quadrant? Or is the Federation only interested now the Undine threatens something you want?
Given the exceptionally complicated nature of such...
Ambassador, given what we now know, that was a mistake. The Empire recognized the Undine threat years ago. We didn't.
You admit you are wrong?
Yes.
The evidence provided by Admiral Tuvok and his team is sound.
Thank you, Captain Sean. However, dwelling on past mistakes will not solve the problems of the present.
Our fleet stands ready to protect both spheres from the Undine.
The Undine can wait. We have more important business to discuss.
Oh my god.
Who owns this sphere? I represent a consortium of businessmen on Ferenginar. We are prepared to invest significant venture capital into transforming this sphere into a vacation destination to rival Risa. I have a proposal of 500,000 bars of... What's that?
Tuvok to Voyager. Report.
A massive fleet of Undine vessels just appeared from a rift. They're setting a course for the gateway.
The Undine? What do they want?
Unknown. Drop to Lisette. Track their course.
Enterprise to Captain Sean. We're receiving a distress signal from Earth's space dock.
Sean to Federation Fleet. Red alert. Prepare for immediate departure.
The Federation is our enemy, but the Undine attack like assassins in the night.
We will crush the Comic-Coup!
Oh, this is when their space dock gets fucked up.
A significant Undine force is headed for the Sol system. We must stop the Undine from breaching Earth's defenses.
This is when the old Earth space dock gets fucked up.
Species 8472 has already boarded Earth's space dock. Once we are through the gateway, we must render assistance as soon as possible. I am picking up several distress calls from across the system. Curious. There are fewer Undine vessels than we witnessed using the gateway. Negative. The subspace relay booster network appears to be offline. I am reading Undine ships attacking Earth's space dock, as well as attacks on the lunar colonies and the orbital habitat on the far side of Earth.
Agreed. Enterprise will clear the area around the lunar colonies.
Fine. Jarrah and I will clear the far side of the planet.
Enterprise will set course for Luna.
Fortescue and Lisette will lead the fight on the far side of Earth.
Earth's space dock is taking severe structural damage. Sol will not be safe as long as species 8472 vessels
Jesus.
Earth space dock may be destroyed.
Yeah.
Tethys Dreadnought, inbound. Lunar colony secure.
We will put an end to this together.
Damn.
Any ships still in range? There are Undine hunting parties on Earth space dock. We're fighting them, but comms are spotty. I was lucky to get an external signal working. We need any assistance you can spare.
What happened? Where's the rest of the fleet?
There are Undine ships attacking key sites across the quadrant. Our ships are responding to everything they can, but we're stretched thin. When the Undine arrived here, they damaged every ship in the system, hit the orbital platforms, and then most of them just left. Automated defense systems are offline. We're struggling just to keep control of the station.
The other places.
I've received orders from New Romulus. In light of this situation, the Lisette is being recalled to defend the homeworld. I will contact you if there is any change.
The boarding parties on Earth space dock should be our main concern. The Undine will be attempting to cripple Starfleet operations, gain valuable data, and capture ranking officers. We cannot afford to allow them to succeed. I am prepared to beam down immediately. Yours.
Well, I'm beamed down too. think it's the old Earth space dock, unless they changed it to like a new fucked up one.
Earth's space dock has sustained severe damage from multiple Undine boarding parties. We must locate Admiral Quinn.
Oh, this
the most expedient path to the Admiral's office is through those doors. Our mission objectives are clear. We must ascertain the whereabouts of Admiral Quinn and expel all Undine boarders. Teams from...
Sorry. Shipyard. You okay, buddy?
Everything hurts. What? Who? Admiral Tuvok. I don't... What? The windows. They came through the windows, walking on the hull. I don't know. After the Klingon and Borg attacks during my cadet cruise, I thought working at Earth's space dock would be less... Traumatic.
Indeed. I can initiate a mind meld. It will calm him, and I will be able to learn what he knows about the attack. This is not normally something I would suggest, but I believe that in this instance it is necessary.
Do we need?
My mind to your mind. My thoughts to your thoughts.
Achoo! Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm feeling better now. Thank you. The Undine, yes. They just appeared in close orbit. We were taken by surprise and none of the defense systems worked. I don't know why. They've been killing people. I don't know what they want, but they've been systematic about their attacks. They want something.
There is more going on with these boarding parties than mere phaser fire. There are more Starfleet officers fighting nearby.
What's the virus?
We need to manually activate the fire suppression systems.
I thought Earth's space dock would be a quiet assignment.
Beep beep boop boop Borg.
Be cautious. There are more Undine nearby.
Okay. You okay?
Admiral Tuvok, I'm gonna help hold this position. I'm not much of a soldier, but I can make repairs and help keep this area clear of Undine. I hope Admiral Quinn is okay. He was on comms a few minutes ago, but the transmission was cut off.
Let's find him.
Be cautious. There are more Undine nearby.
I'll stay here. Good luck.
Round 2, motherfuckers. I got a Train's outfit. Drone. Sorry, I gotta...
Admiral Quinn.
Like that. Hey, McQueen, are you okay? You're not Undine, you know, dressed up as Quinn. Right? Playing possum? Oh, hi there.
The shape-shifting nature of species 8472 makes them a dangerous foe. We will have to proceed with caution to avoid being caught unaware again. Clearly, Admiral Quinn is not here. He may be still alive elsewhere on the station. The logical course of action amid so much chaos will be to re-establish the chain of command.
And where would you suggest that would happen?
Perhaps we can establish more reliable communications by directly linking to the starbase's internal systems. The consoles here can be used for that purpose. Make the attempt. I will cover you.
Where's the... oh, there it is.
Who is this? Communications are damaged.
One moment.
This is Admiral Quinn.
Good to hear from you, Admiral.
Admiral, what is your status?
I'm pinned down in my office with Egan. We've been trying to get internal comms and sensors working. What's your status?
Not good. Everyone's dead.
The Undine boarding parties appear to have some goal in mind, but we are unsure as to what it might be. Admiral, I suggest you hold your position. We will make our way to you. Stay alert for more imposters. Ambush. There are still more Undine on the station. I can feel their anger. The way is blocked. There may be an alternate route on the upper deck.
How do we get up there then? Ah.
Admiral Quinn and Commander Egan are below. The Admiral appears to require medical treatment.
Surprise, motherfuckers! The Borg says hello.
It is agreeable to see you, Admiral.
Hang there, Admiral. Fine, you're okay now?
Thank you. Now maybe we should... Commander Egan.
Egan? Egg? Not egg!
Egg? Where are you going?
One moment, Admiral.
Intriguing. The amount of resistance Starfleet has offered is unexpected. That being said...
The weak will perish!
Not egg!
And you are weak.
He is tapping into the bioship's power matrix.
What's right here about egg?
Egan was an Undine? That would explain what happened to our defense grid. He would have known they were coming, and had ample opportunity to sabotage us. Damn, I didn't see that coming.
No one saw Egg betraying us.
Egan... It's hard to believe. He attacked me mentally, led everyone into a trap. I couldn't stop him. We have much to consider. There may be... Tuvok! What's going on? Tuvok! Can you hear me? Tuvok!
Tuvok!
Cooper.
Hello, Tuvok. Egan was too weak. He spent too much time among humans. He served his purpose, and you will be far too late.
Too late for what?
Your quadrant will fall. The weak will perish.
Does he have a gun in like his mental
This
state?
dimension will be cleansed, purified of infestation. Your efforts are meaningless. I know your thoughts, Tuvok.
Indeed, Doctor. But I have taken advantage of this connection to look into your mind as well.
What?
I understand now what your plans are. You will not succeed.
You can't stop us. Tuvok!
Tuvok!
Admiral Tuvok! Admiral!
Diversion. This was all a diversion.
What do you mean?
I mean, pretty effective
Kronos.
desertion.
Their real target is Kronos. Come. Kronos may not have much time. The Federation and the Empire have been at war for far too long. Now we must join together for the common good.
Transparent, one to beam up, landing course in front of us. Go! Go! Go!
We have arrived in the Chronos system. At this time, the ruins of Praxis are concealing our arrival from the Undine.
Just 2 Federation ships? 2? Where is the Enterprise? Where's the rest of your fleet? I knew better than to trust Starfleet. You run when you should fight.
They're on their way.
The Romulans have promised additional aid, as has Starfleet Command. The Enterprise is contacting all available ships and...
Words are meaningless. Deeds show the true heart of a warrior. Join me if you are not as cowardly as the rest of the Federation. Today is a good day.
Literally stretched thin.
That was only a small force. The rest of the Undine fleet will not be so easily defeated.
Are you afraid, Vulcan?
The Romulan Republic has made commitments to its allies. We are here to honor them.
Stop the Undine advance.
We would not be alone if anyone in the Federation had the heart of a warrior.
Well, our first defeat. I was trying to grab those items, honestly.
The tide may turn against us.
We are
but
at a
this will
distinct
be
tactical
our day of
disadvantage.
glory. Think of it as an increase in your opportunities to die with honor.
Come on, please. There we go.
My apologies for being late.
Just one more ship?
Not exactly. We brought a few friends.
these items. I can't take this item. Cool. Might. No. It won't let me. That's neat. Jesus Christ.
What is that thing?
It's not good.
The Undine have brought a large craft through a quantum singularity.
They're powering up weapons!
The Undine have a new planet killer!
Target that ship, and fire all weapons!
Congratulations, Admiral.
No effect. They're too strong.
Voyager has one nanite torpedo remaining from her time in the Delta Quadrant. Such devices proved effective against the Undine in the past. Tactical. Fire when ready.
I'm glad they still have that laying around. Honestly.
They took some damage, but the planet killer can still fire. I can get the Aquarius into firing position above her and exploit the opening in her shields, but someone will need to keep the Undine distracted.
Distraction's my middle name.
Aquarius is beginning its attack run.
Sean's attacking killer on his own. Sacrifice his ship. Survive.
Must assist Captain Sean. Target that
Weapons are offline. This is our only chance. Setting the Aquarius on a collision course.
Acknowledged. Do we have Sean's coordinates?
Getting locked now, sir. He did it, sir. The planet killer has been destroyed.
Do we have him?
Tuvok to Allied fleet. Stand down. The Undine are retreating.
Captain Sean.
Transporter room. Did you get him?
We have
Captain Sean to Admiral Tuvok.
Oh, there we
Permission
go.
to come aboard?
Wait, interrupt the
High Council
ensign.
wishes to discuss the most recent developments. We have been invited to transport directly to the High Council chambers.
Neat. Tuvok.
There are many here who have seen the danger Species 8472 presents with their own eyes for the first time. Thank you for your assistance in protecting both Earth and Kronos from the Undine. However terrible, this battle did have one benefit. Today's fight opened the door to what may be a lasting peace between the Federation and the Empire.
Not really.
Now we must have the courage to compromise for the greater good. In its way, that can be more difficult than waging war. The formalities will begin soon. Until then, I must take the time to speak to others who were instrumental in the success of this mission.
That was a close one. But I'm fortunate Voyager transported me off the ship at the last second. It would have been a worthy sacrifice. Kronos is too important to lose.
A true peace may not be on the table yet, but I hope we can at least broker a lasting armistice. But first, we celebrate today. Earth and Kronos are safe.
I served in Starfleet, and now I serve the Empire. There are many on both sides of the current conflict for whom I have deep respect. I see this as an opportunity. We may find we have more in common than we realize.
You have shown your true nature today. Worf was correct. There is honor in the Federation. The conflict between us has gone on long enough. Now we should turn our blades toward the real enemy. I remember you from the Gateway activation. You fought well today. May our meetings on the battlefield always be as glorious.
Thank you, I guess. Hey, Mr. Gorn.
My people have respected the Federation ever since our first encounter with your famed Captain Kirk. I have advised Chancellor Jimpok that the Gorns support the idea of a ceasefire. Perhaps this will lead to greater freedom for all of us.
Our people come from a culture of deception and division. We've rejected our past in favor of open alliances. Perhaps it's time for the Federation and the Empire to set aside their past as well. We would welcome a ceasefire between our allies.
Earth and Kronos are safe, and the Romulan Republic is pleased to assist its allies. I just wish my father could see all of us working together toward a common goal. This is the future he dreamed of.
The 5 races of the Zindi once tried to exterminate humanity. But through the efforts of a few people who were willing to change, we put aside our weapons and worked through our differences. Now, we are members of the Federation. Peace came with great difficulty, but that is the way of most things worth having. The Undine are here, and they're spreading lies and dividing us from within. Now, more than ever, we need to set aside our animosities and work together.
Thank you. You like to talk. Jesus Christ.
I admit, I did not expect the Federation to act with such honor. I do not know what the final decision of the High Council will be, but rest assured that the Undine will pay. We will hunt down every last Kameku and destroy them for what they have done here today.
What am I missing?
You fought well for someone from Starfleet.
Thank you, I guess.
Many fine warriors have earned their places in Stovacor today. They died with honor, fighting one of our most formidable enemies. The Undine brought the battle to our very threshold. The fine warriors standing before me pushed them back. Let us honor our sacrifices and our accomplishments by ending...
Da da da.
So, you are the heroes of the Milky Way. You have come further than we expected. But still you chase our shadows.
We are not here to impress you, demon! We stand united, and there is no one who can...
We give you a single warning.
That's...
Do not attract our attention again.
That's their counsel. What was that?
That was the reason we need to work together. It's time for our feud to end.
Agreed. From this day forward, all hostilities between the Empire and the Federation will cease.
Aw, what a Kodak moment. Oh, Jesus Christ.
The Iconians use servitor races and other species to do their fighting for them. Species 8472 has been an unknowing cat's paw of the Iconians for some time. This time, however, the Undine were defeated, and it was our combined strength that allowed us to prevail. Thousands of years ago, the Iconians were defeated by an alliance of races. I predict their ultimate aim has been to prevent such an alliance from happening again. There have been periods in our combined history when the Federation and the Empire have not been at war, but they have not been allies either. This may be the beginning of such a time. It will be up to us to determine what happens next. With time, we may even restore the alliance that came out of the Khitomer Accords. Voyager will return to the Delta Quadrant. There is much to do there, and the Jenolan Sphere will need to be protected from further Undine assaults. I am sure I will see you again. You have been a worthy ally, and your wisdom and courage will be called upon in the days ahead. Until then, live long and prosper.
I want to beam up.